been boxing since I was basically 2 years old, being in the gym with my brother. Basically trying to mimic everything he was doing. And I was really bigger than everybody my age. At 3 years old, I looked like a 7-year-old, so I think I was training for about a year, and then my dad told me, let's go do this exhibition fight. It's crazy because I remember it. I was 3 years old, and we went in there. I fought a guy that was like 6, 7 years old, and it was a really good fight.
Yeah.
We really didn't do too much amateur experience because it's, you get used to those bad habits when you have a lot of amateur fights. So we're just sitting down on punches, working on things like as a professional. I got to about 250 pounds when I was 14 years old. So that's kind of the reason I didn't do amateur fights, because I would go to tournaments, there'd be no fighters for me. I was 13, 14 years old, 250 pounds. But it kind of really worked to my advantage because I working dedicated, getting ready for a professional fight. And I think at 15 and a half or 16 years old, I started my professional career, and it's been history since then. What makes this experience and this ride up that much more special is having my father and my brother right there. Before I even believed in myself, my dad always told me, train, we're gonna make it, we're gonna become world champions. I really had a doubt in my mind because I was just a little fat kid, but I love boxing. He just told me, stick to his hard work. And I think sometimes, it was even hard for him, to just keep pushing forward. But we had a vision. We seen it all the way through. We pushed forward, and look where we're at now. I could really look at people and tell them, if you stay dedicated, you work hard, and you're really gonna become something. If you really want the dream bad enough, you're gonna make it come true. Amazing thing having Alex with me. When I first met him, he was working with Pacquiao. So it really took me back when my dad said, we're gonna be working with Alex. I'm like, oh man, that dude's worked with so much fight. I'm like, man, this guy's he's gonna make me like Pacquiao. So I was really excited to just bring him along board. And Alex is a very intense guy, but I feel like we had to change up a lot of things now that we're champion. I see everything paying off in the gym. I feel 100 times better. My confidence is through the roof, and it's just a pleasure working with Alex Ariza.
But to hear something like this and how the dad learned it, and you have all these different trainers who learned under, like, say, Eddie Fudge or this guy, that guy, and to sit there and to hear the story like how I watched and just self-taught and stuff, it just goes to show you the fortitude that somebody has to learn something that anything can be done. So usually when I get into a camp, my thing is to be able to push somebody and break them mentally and rebuild from the bottom. But these kids have already been broke. They have a will of that you can't break. So it's a whole different dynamic for me to train these guys, because it doesn't matter what I do to them, they won't stop. They'll drown before they stop swimming. They'll cramp up and pull a muscle before they stop running. So I have to, like I said, it's a different dynamic. I don't have to push. But what I have to do is focus on teaching them more than I have to do on pushing them and breaking them.
It really meant the world for me, but I wasn't. Sometimes when you have experiences like that in your life, some people think it's a little bit too much for them. I felt all in it. I felt ready for it because I had worked for this my whole life. And when I got to that moment, I knew I was ready. You know what I mean? And I wasn't shell-shocked or nothing. And I was just, now I'm ready to defend my title. I'm at where I want to be at in my life. And now I'm just ready to, let everybody know how I am in my life and where I am in my career. And I'm ready to become a great in boxing. I wanted to be in a fight where, there's a lot of trash talk, so it gets the blood boiling a little bit, but I'll use it to my advantage. I wake up mad. I go to sleep mad. I train mad. You know what I mean? I just use it to my advantage.
I actually got injured. That's why, I haven't been boxing for a while. I almost lost my life. I got shot walking my dog, and the doctor told me I was never gonna box again. They told me that I wasn't gonna be able to walk right to a year and a half or 2, and don't even think about boxing because I'm never gonna box again. But just because someone tells me I can't do something doesn't mean I'm not be able to do it. I've been told my whole life. A lot of people told me that I wasn't gonna amount to anything. We've gone a long way, and I'm proud of my brother because he's the youngest, the youngest to win WBC.
Yeah.
Not even 21 at 20 years old, and he's gonna defend his title now at 21. And I'm so proud of him, and I'm proud of that we have this great team, and I'm proud that we have Arisa on the team because I feel the difference. But the thing is we have a mentality that we don't believe in second place. We train to win, and that's what we're gonna do. And for this fight, going back to my brother, for this fight, he's gonna beat this guy easy. And it's funny how this guy's talking all kind of trash, and I like that. I'm usually the person that's always getting into arguments and all that stuff during boxing because it hypes fights up. But it's good seeing my brother. My brother's gonna kill this guy without a doubt. Especially how he's looking right now. He's a beast, and he's only gonna keep getting better. and I feel the same way too. You know, I fight actually in 2 weeks. I actually feel stronger than I've ever felt before, and so this goes out to all people that were doubting me. You know, I'm gonna come back strong, and I'm gonna be a world champion again.
But people say if you train hard, si entrenas duro, te va a ir bien. That's how we train. But now with Alex, it's a different training.
Yeah.
It's better, you know. So I I was nervous, and I'm not used to training like he does. But I knew I had to step back.
You know, and I feel like everything is happening at its right moment. You know, we've been working so hard, and we just have a great chemistry with our team. And my dad, Alex, Carlos Alvarez, you know, our new fighter we just brought in, Jose Valenzuela. Everybody here is like a family. We just have someone. We all want to get to we all have the same dream. You know, we're all working towards that. So if everybody working hard, motivating each other, man, you know, you can't lose. You just have a great team behind you.
It's great, you know.
Yes.
It protects us. It protects other fighters. And like David said, they already came and did our test. And yesterday we had the 30-day weigh-in. Everything's great. We're ready to go. It's fabulous. It's great, you know. I mean, I wouldn't want to fight somebody that's doing steroids.
As hard as I was this year, you know, just keep it going. I don't like to think too far down the road. I just like to think of, I got something to do. I have to proceed through all the way and I have to push through it. You know, I don't like to really think about the future. I just like to think about now.
No.
You know, that's exactly, I plan on doing that because, you know, this is my first big show. You know, I'm co-main event for Brandon Rios and Danny Garcia, you know, so I'm going in there to steal the show. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to steal the show. I want them talking about Benavides, David Benavides on Twitter. You know, I'm very, very thankful for everything. I'm very thankful for all the fans from Phoenix, Arizona to New York. You know, from everywhere people are following us. You know, I really appreciate the love and support. Thank you very much.
And also, I really want to thank the WBC for making this calendar.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, thank God. You know, we're so surprised when we saw David's picture there, and we're next to one of the best fighters right now, Mikey Garcia. Make sure you guys wait 2018 whenever it comes out. Get it? Nice. There's a lot of good fighters in there.
Awesome.
Sí, no,
That's
muchas
my
gracias a toda la
hometown.
gente que nos ha estado apoyando.
Y
Muchas gracias.
Muchas
Estamos muy
gracias.
agradecidos por todo. Muchas gracias por todo el soporte.
Y muchas gracias especialmente a la organización del WBC por creer en David y darnos la oportunidad. Vamos a trabajar muy duro para darles peleas espectaculares y como te digo, nosotros no pensamos en dinero, sino pensamos en hacer historia, trabajar duro y no nomás ganar. Hacer peleas espectaculares, que la gente se levante, que se quede con un buen sabor de boca y trabajar duro y darles buenas peleas a todo el público.